Whenever you look up Japan on YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok, you might recognize a pattern if you pay close enough attention. At the front page of almost every search about Japan, you'll almost always see topics about food, things to do, or unique places to see in the same three cities: Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka. And in my previous video, I covered how Japan was experiencing a surge in tourism, causing excessive levels of overcrowding and uncomfortable congestion in all three of these cities. It has gotten so bad that Japan's local governments have been forced to take measures in an attempt to counter the overcrowding situation, like canceling the iconic Kyoto bus pass, drastically increasing the price of the JR pass, and even putting a visitor limit on climbing Mount Fuji. Unsurprisingly, social media's infinite videos about Tokyo, Osaka, and Kyoto and this recent overcrowding issue is no coincidence, as multiple studies have shown people are using social media now more than ever to help plan their vacations. And with the information I've given you so far, you might think social media influencers like Chris Abroad, Paolo from Tokyo, and yes, even me, bear the blame for this over-tourism crisis. And you're kind of right. We do bear some of the responsibility for this whole situation because we're the ones posting videos about these popular areas. But while the title of this video might seem to be placing all the blame on social media influencers, that is definitely not the entire truth. This is just the tip of the iceberg, as the real reason is much, much deeper than just influencers in what we post. The real culprit isn't one single person or even a specific platform. The root cause behind all of this drama is the algorithm. In order to understand why the algorithms are at the heart of this entire issue, we'll need to take a look at why social media blew up in popularity so quickly because of their algorithms, how the algorithms work, why they propel certain destinations into the spotlight, and how they inadvertently contribute to the problem of over-tourism. We'll unravel the mechanics of why you see the same places over and over, and why both influencers and viewers alike are caught in this never-ending content cycle. And as many of you already know by now, I don't just present problems, but provide solutions as well. I'll provide my perspective on how Japan can use the algorithm to their advantage, and how we can all do our part to prevent over-tourism in these cities. Alright, we have a lot to discuss, so let's get started. Social media exploded into popularity in just the past 2 decades and became an integral part of everyone's daily lives almost overnight. YouTube was one of the first major platforms to enter the scene when it was created in early 2005. Within only 1 year, YouTube went from a small startup app to a major video sharing platform, garnering 25 million views daily and growing exponentially as each day passed. Instagram and TikTok followed not too long after YouTube's creation and, in a similar fashion, absolutely exploded in popularity. Now, in 2023, all 3 apps boast an astounding user base, with each app hosting billions of active users and quickly becoming everyone's main form of entertainment rather than traditional television. And with social media replacing traditional TV, it also replaced the way that a lot of people plan their vacations. Recent studies have shown that almost half of tourists use social media to plan their vacations, with over half of millennials specifically using social media to plan their travel, which is a key contributor to why Japan is experiencing so many over-tourism problems, but we'll get back to that in a bit. And while there were many features that definitely helped give rise to these social media apps, like the endless videos to watch or the ability to share all that endless content, the real reason why these apps rose to worldwide fame so quickly is also the same reason why these over-tourism issues are plaguing Japan, and that would be the magical algorithm. These platforms would be nothing but a random compilation of millions of videos for you to impossibly sift through if it wasn't for the all-magical algorithm. These algorithms know precisely what you want to watch at any time and can pull just the right content for you to watch out of the millions upon millions of videos stored in their infinite libraries. But the real question is, how are these algorithms able to know what you want to watch at any given time? Well, it's about time we answer that question and unravel just how these algorithms work and get one step closer to understanding why these magical formulas are both a blessing blessing and a curse for Japan's tourism situation right now. Now, small disclaimer, this is my understanding of the algorithm after doing extensive research during my time as a YouTuber. And while no one will ever fully understand the trademark secrets of these super secret algorithms, other than the people that work at YouTube, of course, they all generally follow the same guidelines to determine if a video will just get a few views or if they will get millions of views. Regardless of what platform you're using, there is one key factor at the core of all these algorithms that make YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram so efficient. And that key factor is relevance. Relevance is the most critical factor in any successful algorithm because it is what determines what specific videos fit best for you out of the billions of them stored in their nearly infinite archives. It does this by tracking your watch history and trying to recommend similar videos for you to watch next. For example, if you open up YouTube and start binging cat videos for 10 minutes, then you can bet YouTube's algorithm will feed you more popular cat videos to keep you watching. And suppose you decide to like, comment, or share one of those cat videos. In that case, you are definitely going to be seeing more cat videos in your feed because you provided what is known as engagement, which is another major factor the algorithm considers when recommending more videos to people. Or in the case of our issue, let's say you watch a few videos about tourism in Japan. Well, even after only watching 1 or 2 videos about Japan tourism, you're going to start getting recommended the most popular videos about Japan because the algorithm thinks it is a topic you have become interested in. And the reason why it shows you the most popular videos about Japan is because they have clearly done well with a larger audience and think you will enjoy it as well. And this is one of the key contributors to Japan's over-tourism problem. So remember this point because we're gonna come back to it. Aside from relevance, another major factor that determines how much the algorithm will recommend a video to users is based on the popularity of a topic or keywords. For some context, a keyword in the social media world refers to a specific word or phrase that is frequently searched when people are looking something up on YouTube. The more a keyword is searched, the more the algorithm is going to get signaled that it is a popular topic or phrase, and it will recommend videos with those related keywords to a bigger and bigger audience. For example, on YouTube, a popular keyword is Japan travel, as most people who are traveling to Japan will type this in to make sure they know everything for their upcoming trip. Because it is such a popular keyword, the algorithm will recommend videos related to this keyword to a larger audience. And similar to keywords, topics, which focuses on subjects rather than specific words or phrases, will get recommended to a large audience the more it is searched, and especially if it is a trending topic. And the way the algorithm recommends topics and keywords has been mostly beneficial to both viewers and YouTubers alike. The algorithm has helped billions of users discover thousands of YouTubers, TikTokers, and Instagrammers that they identify with because of this magical algorithm. But the same way the algorithm works to promote new videos and influencers to viewers is the same algorithm that is plaguing Japan's 3 major cities with excessive levels of tourists. And now that you have a basic understanding of how this magical formula works, it's finally time to break down the fatal flaw of the algorithm. Going back to the relevance example that I gave, after you look up a couple videos about Japan, the algorithm will start recommending the most popular Japan videos to you first. It knows the most popular videos are more likely to keep you interested in the topic, compelling you to watch more content, and thus keeping you on the platform for longer, because that is the ultimate goal of the algorithm. But if it recommends the most popular videos about Japan, what type of videos do you think it will pull from? Well, as I mentioned earlier, most popular videos get their millions of views because the algorithm determined that video had the right mix of keywords and video quality, or was part of a popular or trending topic at the time. But again, the algorithm relies on the information that comes from us, the viewers, to determine what topics or keywords are trending. And if the algorithm only recommends videos that have frequently searched keywords or topics, then that means when new people are recommended content about Japan, they're actually only getting shown these same videos containing these same popular keywords or topics that older viewers were getting recommended as well. And if you're pretty sharp, you might have already picked up on what the fatal flaw of the algorithm is, which is this. If the algorithm recommends the most popular keywords and topics to new people, then those brand new viewers to the topic will begin searching for the same keywords they were recommended, telling the algorithm to send more videos containing those same keywords to an even larger audience. And this perpetual cycle will keep repeating itself over and over and over again, which is exactly what is happening to Japan right now. The videos that have the same popular keywords and topics are getting recycled over and over again in the algorithm to new people as they plan their new trips to Japan, which encourages those new viewers to search the same keywords that were recommended, signaling the algorithm to show the same popular videos about Japan to more new viewers, and so on and so on. And now that you know what the fatal flaw of the algorithm is, can you guess what some of the most popular keywords and topics are? Yep, you guessed it. Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka. Using one of my most trusted content creator apps, vidIQ, you can see just how popular the keywords Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka are when it comes to Japan. For example, Osaka is searched 160,000 times in just 1 month, whereas Kyoto is searched at least 220,000 times a month on average. And if you thought those numbers were impressive, just take a look at Tokyo, which is searched a whopping 560,000 times in just 1 month. And to drive this point home, if you search any other major city in Japan, you will see it doesn't even come close to the amount of hits those top 3 cities are generating, which in turn means those cities won't get promoted nearly as much, if at all. For example, if I mention the major cities of Fukuoka, Nagoya, or Aomori, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of viewers watching right now had never heard of those cities before. And that isn't really your fault, because the algorithm probably has never recommended those cities on your homepage before, which doesn't surprise me because of how little those cities are actually searched. And with this closed loop system of the algorithm feeding the same content about the same 3 cities to more and more viewers, you can probably understand why everyone has been flocking to the same areas, and why Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka are experiencing the massive overcrowding that has been making headlines recently. And now that you have a better understanding of how viewers get trapped in this perpetual content cycle, the common question that I'm sure has been popping into your head by now is, Alex, why don't content creators just make more things about the less known areas of Japan? Won't that solve the problem of people going to the same places? And while that is a great suggestion, the unfortunate truth is that even content creators can get stuck in this perpetual content cycle. The fact of the matter is, there have been many content creators, myself included, who have attempted to try and promote small cities that have amazing secrets to discover, unique locations that will take your breath away, and unique and unforgettable experiences that are way off the beaten path. But unfortunately, as I mentioned earlier, because these hidden locations or less traveled cities aren't popular keywords, they aren't popular with the algorithm either, which means a video about a less popular place is a lot less likely to get promoted by the algorithm, if it even gets promoted at all. Take for example my video about new things to do in Tokyo. This has been my most successful video to date, which boasts an impressive 370,000 views. Unsurprisingly, it is about the most popular city in Japan, so it would only make sense that the algorithm would promote this video to a large audience. Now let's compare it to another video of mine, which is about Kanazawa, a major city that is only a few hours away from Tokyo. Despite it being a major city in Japan and being only a few hours from Tokyo, if you take a look at some basic statistics, you will see it is not nearly as searched or known as Tokyo. And as a result, despite being posted only a few months after my big Tokyo video, it did much worse comparatively. Now, I'm sure that you all know that making a video is no easy task. Between filming, knowing what you're going to say, and editing hundreds of clips together, it takes days, if not weeks or even months, for content creators to make a single video. And I'm gonna be honest with you, after spending days upon days of making a single video, you want to see that video rake in thousands, tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of views so that you know all that hard work paid off. The last thing you want to see is that video you worked so hard on get almost no views. Not because the quality of the video wasn't any good or the script was boring, but because it just wasn't about a popular topic in Japan where you didn't have good keywords in your title. Does that mean content creators like me will just give up on discovering hidden spots in Japan and try and show a larger audience of how many cool things there are outside of Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka? Of course not. This channel has risen to its current status thanks to all the unique and hidden things to do videos that are enjoyed by my amazing audience like you, who is still watching even up to this point. Which, by the way, if you're still watching up to this point, I can never thank you enough for your support. It really means a lot to me. So now that we have established that both viewers and content creators are at the whims of the ever so magical algorithm, algorithm, the next obvious question is, what is the solution to this whole dilemma? And if you already thought that identifying the problem alone was already tough, that's nothing compared to trying to figure out what the solution is. And while I don't think there is one simple answer to fix this whole mess, I think one decision that could really help give these less explored areas of Japan more traction is if Japan's tourist agency starts going all out in promoting these areas. Whether it be through websites, travel campaigns, or even paying YouTubers to advertise smaller towns and cities, all of this could help give more exposure outside of Japan's big 3 cities, thus helping drive the algorithm to promote the less traveled areas in Japan. And as I indicated in last week's community post, Japan's tourist agency seems to have already started to get this ball rolling by using YouTubers to promote less popular areas of Japan. In collaboration with Japan's tourist agency, I just recently had a fantastic trip to a small town called Fujinomiya, which is a beautiful city located at the base of Mount Fuji. And this is just one example of hundreds and hundreds of amazing towns and cities that you can find outside of Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka. Which leads me to my last topic of the video, which is my call of action to all of you. Now that you know all the issues with the algorithm and how it's contributed to all these overcrowding problems, it's time we did something about it and revolutionize what Japan content gets recommended to your fellow viewers, which is where I need your help. I want you to start searching for those less popular and hidden cities of Japan to get that algorithm to promote more awesome areas of Japan. Even if you don't think you'll visit those cities, just take a few minutes out of your day to see everything Japan has to offer. There are dozens of channels out there that have a ton of content about hidden cities and off the beaten spots to explore in Japan, and I highly encourage you to check out their content as well. Not only do I want you to look up all the different hidden cities and locations in Japan, but the next time you see some obscure part of Japan recommended in your YouTube feed, I want you to click on it. Not only will you probably find something interesting to watch, but you'll also help that YouTuber out and help promote those less traveled spots to more viewers across the platform. And of course, when you see my video about Fujinomiya come out in the next week or two, be sure to click on it and see what all the hype is about. And there you have it. You now know what must be done to help promote those less explored areas of Japan, aid in the effort to help promote more of these less explored areas in Japan to more tourists, and help with the over-tourism problem. Like this video if you found it interesting, subscribe for more content about Japan, and check out the affiliate links in the description below for when you plan your trip to Japan. Alright, that's gonna do it, and until next time, I'll see you then.